There are 10,000 swords raining from the sky right now, and I'm going to teach you how to do this by using loops, making this poor guy here all miserable. So if you're new to this whole Roblox scripting thing and you want an easy way to learn this, make sure to subscribe to this channel so you won't miss any of my content. And with that, let's get started. So the first thing I need is a sword. All you need to do is grab one from the toolbox. Look through the menu here and pick a model that you want it to rain from the sky. Now you don't have to pick a sword. If you want to use a part, that's okay as well. So I'm just going to pick out this bad boy right here that looks like it can really hurt a lot. Also, I'm going to put this guy right here because we're going to need a dummy to inflict maximum amounts of pain onto him. No, don't do it. So this is what's going to happen. We're going to duplicate this sword and then I'm going to position it on top of this guy's head. And then we're just gonna let it free fall from somewhere really high, effectively landing the tip on top of this guy's head. And this is how we're gonna do it. First, we need to add a script into the workspace, and then follow along and write this piece of code into your script. So at the moment, you don't really need to know what this is actually doing right now because this is a little bit more advanced than what you're actually learning. The only thing I want to focus on is the loop. In order for me to demonstrate what a loop is, I need to have some code inside to show you what a loop is. So just copy this code into your script and then you'll know exactly what it does. So when we play this out, Studio will then do exactly as I say here in the script, dropping a sword right onto this poor guy's head. So now that we created one sword, we can now put those codes inside of a loop and have it repeat 10,000 times, giving our friend here the biggest beating of his life. So this is what we're going to write. For I equals 0, comma, 10,000, comma, 1, do, wait, 0.25, the end. So what this is saying is, we have the keyword here for, which tells the studio to start repeating. And then we got I equals 0. This is the starting point for a loop. Then we got the number 10,000. This is how many times we want to repeat. And then we got the number 1 here. This is the increment telling the computer how to count. So for example, I have the number 1 here. It's going to count 1 every single time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. But if I were to change this increment to number 2, Studio will then count 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 until it reaches 10,000. And then finally, we got the do, wait, the stuff inside here with the wait 0.25. This is the piece of code that the studio will repeat over and over again. So what we want is the source dropping script, and we'll copy all of this stuff here, the local temp, position, orientations, and parent, and paste it inside of the loop. So what this is saying is this: start counting at 0, count 1 by 1 until you reach 10,000. In every loop, run this part of the script. So now that you know a little bit about what this is actually doing, let's check out this bloody mess in action. Now before you actually press play on your computer, I just want to give you a fair warning that dropping 10,000 swords is actually not a good idea, but do it anyway if you want to experiment, because this is going to create a lot of lag and some computers might not be able to handle it. So as you can see, this is what's going to look like. It is a bunch of swords just falling down from the sky. It looks like blood spearing out of the sky onto the dummy. And as you can see, it is already starting to lag for my computer. So that's why I told you guys that this is not a very good idea, but it is still very fun to look at, watching all the swords falling on top of a guy. And this is how you use a for loop to repeat a set of codes in your game. Now, if you're still confused about this, don't worry about it. As you go through more and more of these videos, you're going to start seeing how these all work together. But for now, just know that a for loop is there to repeat a set of codes for you, so you don't have to repeatedly copy and pasting the codes over and over again. So thank you boys and girls for watching, and I'll see you in the next video in game or at the Carrot Club. Take care everybody.